Hey guys, it's Amy here coming to you with a quick update on Friday, February 14th, and happy Valentine's Day to all of you. I just wanted to let you know I am getting back on the wagon. I'm down a couple of pounds. I'm down to 205. I think I had gotten back up to like 213. So I'm still not, being good because I still have a few chips or pretzels and stuff in place of my Melba toast, but I'm still releasing. And hopefully I can stay on the wagon, at least get back down to my LIW. And I wanted to say that I think a lot of my self-sabotaging comes from once I get to 190, and I usually do okay on the first 2 weeks or the first 8 or 9 days on P3, and I always release another 3 or 4 pounds. I think my lowest was 187, 186, and my husband gets to in my ear, oh, you trying to what you trying to get skinny for, and he's just real insecure, and he's always been insecure, and I think that's one of the reasons why I got married so young, because I loved him. He's a great guy. He's a hard worker, and I thought he would make a great father, because he was settled. He wasn't out there wild and drinking and partying, and he was a pretty much country guy, mama's boy, and you know what they say, a man that's good to that mama is good to that wife. And but he just have a whole lot of old fashioned values and myths and stuff like that. Keep the woman at home barefoot and pregnant, and his uncle's mentality, a woman places at home with the youngins, and just real old fashioned, old school. And so I thought that being that he was the one for me and I loved him, why prolong the marriage? Just go ahead and get married. So I graduated in June, got married in September, and we be married 25 years this September. And we have 5 children, 4 girls, 1 boy, and it hasn't changed. He's still insecure. When I did stumble across this diet and I lost the weight, it just opened a can of worms for us. Calling and you know, seeing what I'm doing and who I'm with, and he never liked for me to be with my aunt even when we were younger, because um, she's not married and stuff, and she's always she speaks her mind, and doesn't believe a man should tell you what to do and where to go, and just different than I am. But I love her because she's my aunt. And so one day after I had lost the weight, I guess I had lost basically all my weight by April. I started the diet in January and I lost my weight by April. And then that following Christmas, I decided to go shopping with her. And so anyway, I left the kids with my grandma, and we went, and he was calling, and it was so funny because I had changed my ringer or something at the time, and I didn't hear it the first couple times it rung, and so when I did hear it ring, I was scrambling trying to get it out of my purse, and she was laughing. And so anyway, to make a long story short, he was upset. We were in Walmart, and the guy was stocking the shelves, and he dropped a whole uh, pallet over of these gas tanks that um, are oxygen tanks or something. I don't know what they were, but they look kind of like oxygen tanks, but I'm assuming they were gas. And he was like, he like that later on that week, he was like, yeah, because you probably was out doing something you ain't had no business, talk about shopping, and you didn't come home with much. And I was like, we couldn't find it. They were sold out. I mean, when you have a popular item during Christmas time, if you don't get it early, it is gone. Just like I remember years ago, those tickled me Elmos. Oh my God. And those Furbies. And I mean, it's just whatever's hot is gone. So we didn't get what we were looking for. And he was like, yeah, because I heard those pots and pans falling in the background. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell, And I'm thinking, I'm trying to rack my brain, trying to figure out what pots and pans, what? And then it hit me. Though that pallet that the man dropped in Walmart, I mean, if you're on the phone, and it could sound like pots and pans in the background, because things sound different. But he was so busy fussing about me not answering my phone, he probably would have asked me what was that in the background, and I would have told him, not that he would have believed me. So stuff like that. And so I think my fear of getting to my goal, what other than the people buzzing and oh my God, and you don't need to lose any more weight, other than those people not being supportive, I have my husband at home that's not supportive. So I have to deal with all those emotions. And then if I do lose the weight and I'm seeking other employment where I would be working as a tech in the hospital instead of working on a single case at home, in a home with an 81-year-old and an 85-year-old with no people contact. So a hospital is big. I mean, they have all types of staff, from the maintenance man, the delivery people, patients, their families. Just a big, big opportunity for me to interact with the opposite sex. And that really, really threatens him. I don't know why, because if I was interested in someone else, I would not still be with him for 28 years. And I darn wouldn't have waited after 5 kids and waited to be this old to try to start over. Not that 44 is old, but if, I realized probably after I had my second daughter that he was going to be who he was, but I was so used to, being at home with the kids, and I was content. I didn't have a desire to go out with my friends and have girl nights out. I would have rather take my kids to story time and meet another mom with their children and have a play date with them. That was my world. But now that my kids are grown, 2 of them are grown, and the others, my son is 10, he'll be turning 11, he's the baby. I have a 9th grader and a 7th grader. My role as a mother is different. I still have the responsibilities, but I think that the reason why I've been stuck at a home health, only making $725, is because change is hard for him as well as for me, because I don't want to neglect my children and stuff. But it's other ways. There's plenty of people that work in a setting that's 30 or 20 minutes away from their children's school, and they make it work. So I have to let the fear go, because $100, bringing home $117 a week is not working anymore. I need more money. I need to get experience in what I am doing. I'm waiting to see if I get in. I was on the waiting list for the RN program last year. I reapplied, so hopefully I get in. And my life is just taking a new direction. And I would like for it to continue with the weight loss. So I think now that I've said it out loud, I have admitted it to myself, and I can start dealing with that issue and try to, when my husband goes on a rant because I didn't answer my phone and what was I doing so important that I couldn't answer the phone, or who was that I'm talking to. But it's hard when you call and you're in the midst of talking to somebody and they ask you who you talking to. You don't want to sit there in that person's face and say, who you talking to and what they saying. You can't say that in front of the person that you're talking to. So I'll just say, honey, let me call you back when I get in the car, and I'll just hang up. Then he'll have a fit. What you hung the phone up on me for? And who was you talking to so important where you couldn't talk to me? And da-da-da-da. But it's just rude to talk about somebody in front of them when you're trying to say, hey, how you doing? Or they might be asking you, how did you keep your weight off? Or whatever the case may be. He's just drama king. So I have that to deal with all the time. And I just wanted to get on here and just let y'all guys know, and try to give you some insight on why I am so stressed and why I eat and why this keep failing. You know, so with that at 10 minutes, I'm going to let y'all guys go and hope you enjoy your V-Day. And I will be checking in soon. Bye.